All right, Algebra 1A and 1. This is part 3 of your guys' review section of leading into Chapter 1. And we're going to review least common multiple, which is also known as the LCM. LCM stands for least common multiple. And remember what a multiple means is it is a number times another number that is a multiple of those numbers. So our directions tell us to find the least common multiple of each set of numbers. So our first example is 6 and 5. So the very first thing we need to do is we need to list the multiples of 6 and then list the multiples of 5. So the multiples of 6 are 6, 12, 18, 24, 30, 36, and 42. Why is this the case? Well, 1 times 6 is 6. 2 times 6 is 12. 3 times 6 is 18. 4 times 6 is 24. 5 times 6 is 30. 6 times 6 is 36. 6 times 7 is 42. And aren't there tons more of multiples of 6? Oh yeah. There's an infinitely many multiples of 6 because it keeps going and going and going. We could take 100 times 6. That's going to give me 600. 600 is a multiple of 6. So then our second step is to write out the multiples of 5. Well, what are the multiples of 5? Go for it. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. Can't we go on? 40, 45, 50, 60, 65, 70. Those are all multiples of 5. Okay, and why is that the case? Why are these multiples? Well, 1 times 5 is 5. 2 times 5 is 10. 3 times 5 is 15. 4 times 5 is 20. 5 times 5 is 25. 6 times 5 is 30. And 7 times 5 is 35. So these are all multiples of 6 or of 5. Wow, of 5. So what is the least common multiple? Well, what is the first number that pops up on each of these that they have in common? And if you said 30, you are correct. 30 is the least common multiple of 5 and 6. It is the LCM. Okay, well, let's look at another one. Let's look at another example. The example now is 5 and 15. What is the least common multiple of 5 and 15? So I want you guys to go ahead and pause the video, and I want you guys to work this one out. The first thing that you guys need to do is find the multiples of 5 and then find the multiples of 15 and then tell me what the LCM or the least common multiple of 5 and 15 is. So go ahead and pause the video and work this problem out. Alright, assuming that you went ahead and worked this problem out, let's take a look and let's see if you're correct. Multiples of 5. We already wrote down some of the multiples of 5 on the top one. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. And again, it goes back to the fact that 1 times 5 is 5. 2 times 5 is 10. 3 times 5 is 15. 4 times 5 is 20. 5 times 5 is 25. 6 times 5 is 30. And 5 times 7 is 35. Okay, let's look at the multiples of 15. That was your second step of this. 5, 30, 45, and 60. And we can go on, right? 75, or not 75. Wow. Yeah, 75 is a multiple of 15. And we can continue with that. So we have, again, why is that the case? 1 times 5, or 1 times 15 is 15. 2 times 15 is 30. 3 times 15 is 45. And 4 times 15 is 60. Now let's take a look at this. What is the LCM of this? Because I see a lot of things that this overlaps, don't you? I mean, can't 5 go into 30? Can't 5 go into 45? Can't 5 go into 60? So aren't all these multiples of 5? Sure are. However, what does the direction say? It wants the least common multiple. So which one of these numbers does 5 go into, and that is the smallest of those numbers? And if you said 15, you are correct. The least common multiple of 5 and 15 is 15. All right, this concludes our part 3 of your guys' review section on this. Again, all these needs to be in your notes. And then we're going to move on to part 4. Thanks.